Hello, greetings, and welcome to my neighborhood. My name is At One With Nothing. I spell that AT number 1, WITH number 0. You can find me in email or any other way that you can. And on this episode of the podcast show, I wanted to tell you about a psychotic break that I had, and oh no, I doth hear a mortal approach. We may be getting noise. Let's see. I've never told this story. No, I've told it to a couple people because it's implicating myself to tell this story. But the law has already processed me for this event, so I should leave it at that. But yeah, law enforcement was involved. And I was at the Oakland International Airport. I was living in Berkeley. I decided to leave my wallet behind, my keys behind, so I had no way back into the apartment, and just fucking walk, and see where the signs take me, Sorry, I had to pause the video, so I probably did a quantum leap when I just pressed that button. So I left the home, said goodbye to my cats, I guess. I don't know what I was thinking. See, that's the thing. When you're psychotic, you don't even really know what you're thinking. You're thinking, but you're not sure what it is. It's like multi-dimensional, and your brain's trying to process all this shit on this other level of thinking, and it can't always keep up. There's like a buffer, but that buffer can get overwhelmed, and then eventually, So anyway, I went to the Oakland International Airport based on like signs and newspapers. That was that was the Oakland International Airport. Okay, and they have ticket area and non-ticket area. So I explored the non-ticket area. I was wearing a very simple jacket. It was from Planet Earth Rising, actually, in Folsom, California, which you should visit. It's a great shop. If you ever want to get a good reading, not this fucking YouTube bullshit, where like 5 different people get the same video, it's hard to talk about because it's like it's embarrassing that I did this, but it's also kind of like the defining moment of my life. Because what I was there for was I was attempting to protest the invasion of Iraq in 2003. I did this in early December of 2002. And so it's about 18 years ago. Wow. And I somehow got on the tarmac, and I was near fences to get into a hangar. No security found me or whatever, cared about me. I just slipped right through, I wasn't planning to, but I just saw an opportunity and I just took it and got on the tarmac. Now, I mean, that's a severe breach of security. If I had if I was trying to suicide bomb or whatever, or if I just had a couple of Glocks, like go down like Scarface, you know, at the airport. Like, do you see me at Scarface or do you see me like closer to Casper? Like, that's a hard one actually. Closer to Scarface or Casper? I don't know. I'd say Scarface. Cause fuck it, you know, you only live once, and it's like you. I'm just kidding. I'm actually closer to Casper. I've not killed anybody, so you know that's just like Casper. Didn't kill anybody, and yeah. So what happened was I got on the tarmac, and then I was exploring around for like forever, like at least 10 minutes, and then I found the hangar. I was looking for an airplane I could see, because most of them are closed, but I could see that there's this one that I walked to that was open or halfway open, and that one I could access and stow away, go west, and keep stowing away until because I'll always be on their tarmac. And I don't know what I thought about food. I left without any food. I didn't just. I did brought just my clothes. When we were on the little trolley to get from the parking lot to the airport, I asked someone, "What is your name? What is your name?" And they said their name. I don't remember what it was. And I said, "May I see your ID?" Complete stranger on a trolley. And he said no. And I felt bad, like rejected. Like, I just wanted to see his ID. Jeez, like, what's the problem with that? That's not illegal, but it's bizarre. It's there's borderline bizarre, what they call bizarre. If you do bizarre shit, then they tend to 5150 you. But I don't see how bizarre is necessarily dangerous. I don't think they could prove that bizarre necessarily means dangerous. I mean, look at Toronto, or no, Portland. Fuck you. Portland. It's fucking bizarre. Berkeley, bizarre. Two great spots. I've never been to Portland, actually. No, I passed through it. Yeah, I did pass through it on my way home from Minnesota. But yeah, I finally started climbing on a fence, and the fucking sorry. Then there was a guy with a white shirt that fucking. He said, "Wait, stop." He said, "Stop right there. I'm gonna radio for fucking help," in his own words. But like, I was missed by their like entire security, and I think part of my protest is that it was because I was a fucking white guy that they entrusted me on the tarmac, get slid through, and I don't know if this made the newspaper or not, or I don't know, is this even newsworthy? White male with no ID gets on the tarmac, starts climbing some fences. He has no bombs, weapons, or intent to anything other than protest the Iraq War in 2003. I think that should go in the news. That'd be newsworthy, more than how many farts Donald Trump has, you know. And I wonder what the news outlets are going to do with Biden. Are they going to start shutting down? You know, because there's just like less to talk about with Biden. See, I'm not a big fan. I didn't follow him initially. I followed Kamala Harris, Elizabeth Warren, a couple others, and I saw some of their videos. So it's in their own words, not a fucking paid advertisement. And yeah, I'm kind of indifferent, yeah, because I knew I was voting for this person, so I didn't care about the primaries, like because I'm registered Republican, so I cannot vote in the Democrat primary, so I didn't vote for the in the what the fuck ever March election. Jeez. Okay, so what it's doing is it's sensing the background and the foreground, and it's a little confused about how bright to make this. So I suspect by reducing the lighting, unless I do that, this will be better. No, as you can see, I'm still kind of an amateur, but you know, it's cool. I've been an amateur, you know, a lot of times, and it doesn't faze me. You know, it's give me a chance. I'll teach myself. I'll think about it. Let me sleep on it, and I'll get the gist of it. You know, except fucking schemes and algebraic geometry. Oh yeah, so after he called on the radio. It didn't take long. Basically, a swarm of vehicles showed up, and this was on the airport. A fucking swarm of vehicles, probably 30 vehicles, and because you know they didn't want anyone to fucking do a suicide vest, and blow like that would have been close enough to light some fuel. I'm pretty sure. Take out several planes, not just one, you know. And I could have been, you know, but I'm closer to Casper, you know. I had no weapons, no ID, no, not even a pocket knife, nothing. And how I expected to like get from point A to point B, I don't know. I don't care. They call that boldness, and boldness is actually one of the three sufficient conditions for psychopathy. And I thought about psychopathy, and you know, with respect to me, and I thought like, yeah, I think it fits. You know, I don't like the word, you know, of course. I'd rather be called crazy than a psychopath. But, so what happened was the cop that they didn't like, you know, shoot me. They didn't, obviously. You know, they didn't like fucking shoot me. They didn't taser me. You know, because I was obeying their commands. They said, get on the ground. So where the fuck they were. I don't remember. I think it was like get on the ground with your hands behind your head, interlaced fingers, and then you know they looked over the footage, I guess, and they realized that I didn't break any law, not even close. Like it was just their fuck up, and that I took advantage of to get on the tarmac. And then I guess they assume no one's out there, so there's no surveillance of it. Or the surveillance of it was very weak, because I was on there for a while, like at least 10 minutes. That was an interesting experience, like better than any Disneyland. ride. Like I was on the tarmac of a fucking airport. Like that's pretty cool. But yeah, he died. All that happened. I wasn't arrested. The charges were, made. 5150. That is when a cop puts you on a psychiatric, which is a medical, hold for up to 3 days. So they can evaluate you and make sure that you are not a danger to anyone. And they want to make sure that you can, like, change your clothes, eat, shower, shit like that. If not, then that's called gravely disabled. That's like you're basically sleeping in a pile of your own shit, and that does happen. So, yeah, on that note.